Hello, everyone. We are back, and we're going to talk about another proprietary column. Is everybody caffeinated enough, Sue? And that's a huge grin on her face. I'm scooting just away a little bit. All right, Matt. So we were just, before we started, basically they tee me up and they give me a brief overview of the columns so that I can pretend that I actually know what I'm asking. And I kind of do. Sue was pointing out that this is a proprietary column as well, and that has to do with conversions. And again, it's tied to your business rules and decisions, and but it's still cool that we lay it out. So let's talk about that, Matt. You just jump in how you want to cover this.
Sure. Conversions, that's a very important thing to look at, because when you deciding what keyword you want to move across into your silo framework over here, you need to think, am I prepared to invest into that keyword to actually put it in there? And do I include it in the budget, or do I actually exclude it when I add it? And you've got to make a business decision there, and the conversions actually help you drive that, because you can see the conversions are really high, but we're dealing with a big keyword. It's like 41 million pages just with regards to that. So we're at the top of the vertical for weddings, and that could branch off into anything. So you got to really think through it, and it's worth £500,000, that keyword, based on the conversions and what we've got set in the whole thing. So soon I came with a calculation to work out the conversions and start changing the way you look at data, because we want to make data fun. And we want to make data seem real to your business. And all offline business, you're always looking at KPIs. You look at your conversions, you look at what's your conversion rate, you're looking at how much you can make per sale, how you can increase your LTV, your lifetime value of your client, all these kind of things. And this is the first step in the process of dealing with conversions. And we can actually run down the grid. And when we run down, we can actually see how, like for example, would you put this one, mobile, wedding, hair, and makeup? That's a very interesting keyword, but it's only got one conversion a month based on the amount of traffic. Yeah. So would you spend
50 quid?
Would you spend £140 to get ranked for it?
But you're only making.
And that would be one of those keywords. If you want to bet that mobile is going to be on the increase, then maybe you're going to want to take futures on that keyword.
So that's where you add it as a supporting keyword or a supporting synonym.
Yeah, it's supporting, and you can rank for it on accident or as part of the, not on accident, but that's not a really good term, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
It can be part of the thing that you back into.
But I have to say, mobile wedding hair, that actually leaves a little bit to be desired.
That's true.
Well, not really. In Sarah's industry, because they're mobile, they actually go to the person's house.
Oh, I see.
So they're not talking about phone.
Oh, good.
They're talking.
It literally is mobile.
Can I go? The girl doesn't want to go to the salon and get her hair done, get her face done, and then get back in the car and drive back.
See, the data knows better than us, Sue.
All right.
It's a real word.
It is.
It happens all the time in Kraken too. People go, "That's not a word." Oh, yes, it is. Wow.
So it's quite interesting. I know this business because my wife does it.
Right.
So she tells me exactly. So every Saturday she'll be off to go do a wedding, and she'll drive to the person's house. And when her sister was with us for 6 months, the two girls, I have all the kids, they'll jump in the van with all their gear. Off they go in the car.
Mm-hmm.
They make the lady beautiful. The mum sat there. They're drinking tea. They're in the house. Everyone's relaxed. So it's an interesting keyword. Like when you look at it, one conversion a year, but you can still use that in your story.
One conversion a year.
Sorry, a month. Beg your pardon.
Okay.
I was going to say, dang, that's a really expensive product.
Yeah.
But it does tell us a story that people aren't actually looking for on mobile.
Not so much.
Makeup
or at least
artist.
they're not using that term to look for it.
Yeah. But,
and you're likely to find that term by picking through this stuff anyway. So.
But that's just an interesting thing, how conversions help us decide, is it actually important keyword or not?
An important part of my business.
Got it. So in summary, I think that's pretty basic for everyone. We've covered the conversion column, and I'm wondering, what do you guys think? I'm a kind of person that likes to break every one of these down into its own unique column.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind.
Sure.
I know it seems like a lot of work, but it's much easier for the editor, which is right now me. So, because I think these are actually important enough. You guys have been doing this stuff for a long time. I think our users really, got it, take a break, grab a cup of tea, come back. Yeah. And so I think everybody watching really understands that conversions, hopefully you get that. It's pretty basic, right?
Yeah.
Conversions mean more money, and we've written the conversions based on your business rules. If you want to adjust your business rules, you can adjust the conversion rate, which is going to affect your revenue monthly and the time to rank and everything else.
Right.
Okay, so just make sure that your keyword converts, and probably make sure that your budget and projections are correct. And obviously pull the higher converting terms probably higher up in the silo structure.
Yep.
I can make that. That's pretty typical, right? More or less. More or less. I mean,
Typically, you want your most competitive terms.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it works.
But typically,
yeah.
the more competitive they are, the more...
Right, and those of you guys who have been following website style architecture, Matt teaches a lot about it, Steve teaches a lot about it. It's how to rank higher using far fewer inbound links from a data hierarchy, and it's really about the more expensive terms, something that you either back into with other terms or you just throw enough power at everything using style architecture that you can rank for them, right?
There's one last point, which is probably one of the most important points while we did build the conversion rule in.
Sure.
Is you can get wiki terms or big competing terms where no one really searches on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mentions of it, but people aren't actually searching it, which will make your conversions low.
Yes.
So just on that, where putting your bigger competing places high up, the conversions balance the scale of deflating those keywords and bringing them lower down into the grid.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually drops them into the lower echelons rather than having it as a profitable term. So DWS puts these things into place. When we wrote the algorithm, it factors these things in and floats the better ones at the top. So your conversions, the more conversions there are, the better chance you have.
Makes perfect sense. All right. So what's the next column we're going to cover after in the next video?
The time to rank column.
Okay, the time to rank. Very interesting. Okay, we'll see you guys on time to rank.